the intended learning objectives of this lesson is that by the end of the lesson, you should be able to demonstrate your understanding of innovative teaching, describe at least 4 innovative teaching methods you have learned, and 3, apply the teaching methods in a short practicum. As a way of recap on the meaning of innovative teaching methods, in our class last week, we explained that innovative teaching methods are creative teaching methods or student-centered learning approaches which encourage active class engagement. In other words, what it means is that innovative teaching methods, as applied in a classroom by the teacher, are those methods that would ginger students, that will move students into doing things, activities on their own or in groups, or just engage the students in the class so that they will be actively involved, and not a situation where the teacher comes to the class and says all the talkings all alone and then goes away without the students contributing or asking questions or doing anything. So innovative teaching methods are student-centered in nature because they actively engage students, and you find out that students are at the center of that learning. So that's the meaning of innovative teaching methods. And so today we shall be looking at the various innovative teaching practices. Now we have numerous innovative teaching methods which are used, and the essence of using them is to bring life into the classroom, just to make the classroom active and not bored, to engage everybody in the classroom, to give opportunity to the students to make contributions or to ask questions or to do some group activities in the classroom. And so we have a long list of innovative teaching methods. We have methods like the jigsaw, numbered heads together, students team achievement, division, START, inquiry-based learning, problem-based learning, brainstorming and demonstration, blended learning, cooperative learning, so many others. So today in the class we will be looking at the jigsaw method, and in other classes we would continue with the other types of innovative methods. So the question is, what is a jigsaw method? Jigsaw has been described by Teacher Division 218 as a grouping strategy in which class members are organized into jigsaw groups and afterwards reorganized into expert groups containing 1 member from each jigsaw group. In other words, what we mean is this, that in using a jigsaw method, the teacher tries to assign his or her class students into groups, either groups of 4 or 5 or 6. So he assigns them into what he calls the jigsaw group. And then afterwards, they are reassigned into an expert group. So the expert group contains 1 member each from the different jigsaw groups. Normally, there are 4 jigsaw groups. So the expert group must contain 1 from each of these 4 jigsaw groups, probably to carry out an assignment, maybe handle some topics which they would need to know or to learn, and then afterwards they go back to their jigsaw groups to discuss or to enlighten others on what they have discussed in their expert groups. So the members of the expert group work together to learn material or solve the problem. The problems they are solving are as assigned to them by the class teacher. Then they will return to their jigsaw groups to share their learning and learning experience. Now let's look at the diagram before us. We have 2 diagrams, 2 tables here. The first table is the Jigsaw group, and the second table is the expert group. And you can see that in the Jigsaw group, or in each of the groups, there are 4 teams. In the Jigsaw group, the group 1 has 4 students, and each of the students has a topic being assigned to him or her. Now, the topics I have used here are innovative teaching methods, so that we can drive our lesson home, since it is also what we are learning in this course. So I have assigned to each of the students different innovative teaching methods. So in group 1, the 4 students are discussing different 4 innovative teaching methods. In group 2, the 4 students are also discussing these same 4 innovative teaching methods. In group 3, the 4 students are also discussing these same 4 innovative teaching methods. And in group 4, they are also discussing these same 4 innovative teaching methods. But you can see that the individuals are different, and what they are discussing are different. Like still on the first table, all the students in the first row are discussing numbered heads together. Emeka, Sylvia, Jim, John. And then in the second row, you see that all the students are discussing problem-based learning. Row 3, you find out also that the students, all of them are discussing inquiry-based learning. And in row 4, all the students are discussing students' team achievement division. Now, the next thing I did was to reassign them into the expert groups. Where I brought all the students discussing the same topic together to form one group. So in the first row in Jigsaw group, where all the students are discussing numbered heads together, I brought all of them together to form group 1 of the expert group, where all of them are discussing numbered heads together. And the same thing I did in group 2. All the students who are discussing problem-based learning, of course, they are found in second row in Jigsaw group. I've brought them together to form group 2 in the expert group. And the same thing I did for group 3. All the students who are discussing inquiry-based learning in Jigsaw group, I've brought them together to form an expert group. And the same thing I did for the last group, group 4, the students who are discussing students' team achievement division, I've brought them together to form an expert group. Now, it's assumed that in this expert group, they would all contribute effectively to the discussion of this topic that is assigned to them. Mind you, the students who are discussing numbered heads together don't have an idea of what the problem-based learning is all about. The same thing is applicable to the students discussing problem-based learning. They don't know much about numbered heads together or inquiry-based learning or students' team achievement. So each of the groups are concentrating on the topic assigned to them. And then what happens? After they have discussed extensively these topics assigned to them, they would come back to their original group, which is the Jigsaw group. And so when they come back to the Jigsaw group, as you're looking at it there, Emeka is coming back with every information he has learned about numbered heads together. Collins is coming back with every information he has learned about problem-based learning. And Sarah is coming back with everything she has learned about inquiry-based learning. And Carly is coming back with everything he has learned about students' team achievement. Remember, these students did not learn in the same expert group. They were in different expert groups. So they are like experts now in discussing these topics that were assigned to them. And so now that they have come back to their original groups, which are the Jigsaw groups, they will be expected to share their learning experiences with their fellow students in the same group. So, Carly would share his or her knowledge about students' team achievement division with Sarah Collins, and Emeka. And the same way, Sarah would explain all she has learned or all she knows about inquiry-based learning with Kali, Collins, and Emeka. And in the same way, Collins would teach his fellow students everything he has learned about problem-based learning, and the same thing will be done by Emeka. The same thing is applicable to Group 2, Group 3, and Group 4 of the Jigsaw group. So all the students are coming back from the expert groups with an improved understanding and knowledge about the different types of innovative teaching methods which have been assigned to them. So by so doing, you find out that each of the students are involved in constructing their own knowledge. And no member of the group is left out. Everybody is carried along because everybody has an assignment to perform. And in this way, it actively engages the students in such a way that the students cannot be bored in the classroom. So this is an example, a demonstration of an innovative teaching method using the Jigsaw group.